All right, so let's talk about why men really hate OnlyFans girls. The truth is that, in my opinion, men hate OnlyFans girls because they resent that they rely so much on them for pleasure. Like it's the resentment that this is what I have to do to get a woman's attention. So a lot of times when a guy hates those types of women, it's really a projection, a frustration in their inability to actually build a genuine relationship with a woman. But let's say what they have to say right now.
Men seem to hate women with OnlyFans account despite being the consumer that creates the demand for that product in the first place. I'm going to make it real simple for you. And it's not about the content itself. These men do not care about the nudity or the sexual acts themselves, because a dizzying amount of these men will ask a woman for nude pictures, and if she responds that she has an OnlyFans account and he can go subscribe if he wants to see that, then he starts screaming about how she's a whore, she's a disgrace, and her parents must hate her for doing the exact same thing that he wanted her to do for free.
Well, I call that men are sexual hypocrites. That's all that means. Men are sexual hypocrites.
Minutes ago. What they can't stomach is the exchange of power that OnlyFans represents.
Exactly. Listen.
The fact that the man pays money and the woman benefits financially from the transaction. They hate hoes, but they don't hate pimps. Because they identify with the pimps. They hate the idea of a woman sleeping with a man.
By the way, this is why they loved Andrew Tate, but they hated the types of women that he talked about, but were okay with him exploiting those women. Listen.
To get a promotion, but they don't hate the idea of a man withholding a promotion until a woman sleeps with him because they identify with that man. It's all about the exchange of power, because if you have to pay to see a woman naked, it means you're not entitled to it.
Listen.
And at the core of this mentality is a belief that women's sexual agency does not belong to them and is not theirs to exercise in whatever way they choose.
I want you all to remember when Erykah Badu and her daughter had their booties towards the camera when Erykah Badu posted it. Remember people like Snoop Dogg, who made songs about face down, ass up, and all this other stuff, right? He made songs. I did a video on this. If it were an album cover that he had put out, he wouldn't have had a problem with it. But he had a problem with Erykah putting that image out of her and her daughter.
It's wild. Honestly, rappers are some of the most hypocritical people on the planet, because rappers legit promote gangs. They romanticize crippin' and gang life. And then they get mad at white people for being racist. And it's like, yo, y'all are legit making gang culture cool for your motherfucking people. Y'all can't talk. You guys have no room to talk. No room to talk. Crip walking. To all the Crips out there, no disrespect, don't come after me. But I'm just saying that it's like they have no space to talk. They have no space to talk.
Why? Because of the agency. This guy puts it all together perfectly.
It belongs to the father until she meets a nice man that he approves of, and then there's a transfer of ownership of her sexual agency from father to husband. That's why you'll see so many men in these comment sections on videos like that saying that if it was their daughter with the OnlyFans account, she would be physically abused, psychologically abused, alienated, disowned, kicked out onto the street. And they will claim that it's out of love and concern for her as her father that they would do something.
This is the thing, is that if your daughter comes out as a stripper, look, I'm not going to judge them. Look, for example, if that happens to me, God forbid, what am I going to do? Like, I have to love her. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to love her. You just cannot care what people say, But the thing is that is true. Men are sexual hypocrites. A man will have sex with you and call you a slut if you have sex with him too early, even though he liked it.
Thing like that. But I'm having a tough time seeing that, since in every single way, physically, emotionally, psychologically, all of those things do far more harm than her simply having an OnlyFans account that she makes money off of. So it's not about her at all. It's about them being terrified as being seen as less of a man by other men. They're worried about how it reflects on them that their daughter exercises her own sexual agency in whatever way she chooses, because they're looking at it like, dude, that's authority over a woman's sexual agency on easy mode. That's your daughter. You raised her. If you can't get her to do whatever the you want, whenever the you want, how are you ever going to control another woman?
Exactly.
If you've ever wondered why so many men seem to hate women with OnlyFans accounts,
This is what it was all about from the very beginning. In this book right here, The Creation of the Patriarchy, the author talks about how men privatized women's labor. I haven't gotten through the entire book, but I'm sure the book answers this question here. This is all about men having ownership of women's sexuality.
But that's the thing. Like I said, like men like to monopolize. Mono means solo. Polize means like selling and whatever. But like they like to monopolize. Like only I can sell it. She's mine. It's in male nature. That's the thing. It's in male nature to hoard the resources, and it's in a woman's nature to find the men who hoard the most resources attractive because it makes sense. Those resources are for my kids. And so, but the problem now is that people changed. Now people have more agency. We don't need each other no more. We can live on our own. We don't need men, and women don't need men. And men still need women. But it's like it's a supply and demand, and now there's not a lot of demand, you know?
From the father to the husband, and you never having the chance to own your own. Why? Because they don't really want you to want them. I was thinking about this before I did this video. They don't want you to want them because they know that they are not, S-H-I-T. They know that they lower your value. However, they still want to try to trick you out of your possession. They want to feel like they have one up on you. They don't want you to have agency and control.
Easy there, Satan. Okay, you're generalizing a little bit too much, Tanya. Okay, relax. Like that's not all men. It's not all men. It's some of them. Put that book down, girl. That book.
Control over your own and exploit them for the simps that they don't want to be seen as, the tricks that they don't want to be seen as. This is why they have no issue paying that money if a person like Andrew Tate is pimping them. Oh no, that's because the money is exchanging hands from a man to a man. And the woman, well, she's submitting. She just really couldn't help herself. But when you have agency, you're not submitting to any man. You're taking agency and you are the one profiting so that they are in the position of coming to you, begging for access to just see and whiff. Men don't have a problem submitting to other men, but many of them seem to have a problem with submitting to women. Even though any woman who has ever been in a relationship with a man or any woman who has ever been pursued by a man, we know that men are quite submissive to women 2 times in a relationship. And when is that? When he's trying to get her. And we saw Judge Mathis's video where he was coming out crying, whining, moaning, begging, complaining, fist fighting in the air and sliding down the wall, talking about his wife getting ready to leave him. When are the 2 times that a man is most submissive to a woman openly and unapologetically? When he's trying to pursue her and when he's trying to keep her.
That is very true. That is very true. A guy will, or when he's trying to pursue her, keep her, or regain her love. It's really true. It's actually really true. Like that is actually true. They get really submissive, but it's only because it's like when somebody asks for something, they're like, "Can I get something?" Like everyone acts like submissive when they want something from you.
Other than that, he's expecting for you to submit to what? Submit to what? I guess what they want is for the natural order to be that they have to prove themselves, right, to another man to gain your favor. But once they've got you or purchased you or whatever, then you submit to them. But then when they want to try to keep you, that's when they get down on their knees, groveling, begging, grabbing onto your ankles, getting all types of pistolas and all that other stuff to try to stop you from leaving, because they know that it reflects badly on their ability. They talk about how you can't keep a man. Oh, but how many of them couldn't keep their woman? We saw Judge Mathis. We knew, and then he did what the F it is that he needed to do so that he wasn't out here with his face hung down low talking about how he couldn't keep his woman satisfied. Listen.
Be a part of the live show.
Yeah, well, let's see the comment. It said power control. They have to respect a woman who knows she's got something of value. He's just mad they're not giving it away. I've been peeped this out as a SW. Thank you for covering this. Sex worker. Oh, okay. P.S. I'm listening. They still hate her if she doesn't for free. Well, again, it's really misogyny, like misogyny, you know. But it's not just men; women also are misogyny, whatever you call that. You know, it's literally the same as men objectifying women, women objectifying men as resource objects. Like they're both objectifying each other and not truly relating with each other. And this causes a division, hatred towards the other person. The woman hates the man because they're pathetic, and the man hate the woman because she's a slut. So it's just a transaction of hatred, and it sucks for everyone, man. Anyways, have a good day.